What up, though, everybody, and welcome back to Daily Upside, the sports card show where we talk about sports cards every day. Look, starting off today's episode with something really cool, something I've been working on for a while. There's actually been a lot of behind the scenes things going on here. That's why you kind of see me in and out. Yeah, what is this? Well, look, we're taking the sports cards like things to the next level. I'm about to start putting out so many articles about future plays, future updates. I've been working on a lot, and basically, what I've did was I made it available for you guys to write too. So if you have any ideas on the sports cards market, if you have any thoughts, any theories, any projections, then you can now submit your article to the High Upside Show. So we're running this through Medium right here. All you have to do is follow the guidelines. I wrote this very in-depth kind of how-to sheet. These are going to be the guidelines to submit to the High Upside Show. And, there's going to be some tips and things here if you've never been on Medium, if you haven't signed up. And once you kind of get, your ideas ready, all you have to do is fill out this little form here and, submit some work or submit an idea, and you guys can start writing for the High Upside Show. Now, every article is not going to be accepted. Obviously, we do have a certain aesthetic that we want to keep around here. And, they're going to be reviewed by me. If I think your play makes sense, if I think your theory makes sense, then you'll be good to go. So if you're interested in writing for the High Upside Show or just writing about sports cards, period, then definitely check this out. I'll leave the link in the description and the show notes, depending on how you're listening to this. And yeah, I think this is really cool. As the brand grows, as the company grows, maybe we'll bring on some writers full time, some podcasters. Maybe we'll like branch out into Pokemon or baseball, or whatever the case may be. A lot of ideas, but this is the beginning of it. So hopefully you guys will submit some articles. Now into sports cards, I want to show you guys an auction that ended yesterday, and this was for an immaculate Luka Doncic rookie auto patch, serial number 1099. A lot of you are looking at this price and you're like, "Hey, it's Luka. I get it. I'm not that impressed." Let me tell you something. This card going for $13,000 for a raw rookie auto patch. I believe that's a new all-time high. This is very serious, guys. Like I'm releasing a new tool here for you guys to kind of take advantage of these kind of price points. We had the market cap method. Now we're going to have another tool coming out. There's always a few different ways to invest. If you're into stocks and everything or follow charts, then you know that. And this card going for this amount of money changes the perspective of the market. Like his Immaculate is going for double the price of his Prizm PSA 10. His raw Immaculate, number 1099, is going for double the price of his Prizm Silver PSA 10. That's a big deal. I mean, if you go look at other players, Jason Tatum's Immaculate just sold for 2,700. That's like $300 under his Prizm Silver PSA 10. So we have Luka going for double, and then we got Jason Tatum going for under 200. If you look at John Collins, somebody who I'm very high on, his Prizm Silver PSA 10 has been selling for like 320, 350, kind of in that 300 range. Yet his Immaculate's just sitting there for $300 with a beautiful 3-color patch. Hell, you can even make an offer on this and get it for cheaper. It says a lot about Luka. He obviously has a huge market, a huge demand. But if these other players become, popular, like if Tatum becomes the next Kevin Durant or the face of the league or whatever, then these can be like really big buying opportunities for you. And maybe you don't want to shell out $2,000 to risk that. But if you can get a Collins for 250 or 200, then it may not seem like a bad deal. And I'm kind of pointing this out because I want people to start looking at other cards outside of Prizm, especially in a world of like cards being saturated. We're in the first like real generation of cards being produced to this magnitude. And while I think we're safe and I don't think much is going to happen, you definitely want to hedge your bets. And I think these kind of cards are the perfect cards to hedge your bets with. If you guys are signed up for the premium membership, you have access to my portfolio, and you'll see in my portfolio, I don't have a Trae Young Prizm Silver PSA 10. I have a Trae Young Immaculate. If you actually purchase the market cap method, this is one of the examples that we used. This card is going for 13,000, but Trae actually have it on Instagram, I believe. Let's go see. Yeah, that Luka is going for 13,000. Where are we at? Yep, here we go. So yeah, 15,000 for the Immaculate, but Trae Young is going for 1,500. Like these are the kind of things that we want to look at as investors. I've been shouting this from the rooftops almost like 2 weeks ago, probably even before then. I've been talking about Trae Young's Immaculate and just Immaculate as a whole. for quite some time. There are definitely some real values there. Uh, Most players, if we're talking like a high end player, somebody who's highly sought after, they're going for double the price of the Prism. And if you think about 10 years from now, I mean, what card would you rather have? The silver, or would you rather have the immaculate? If you're a Giannis collector, would you rather have the rookie patch auto number to 99 or the Prism Silver? And Giannis's Prism Silver is pretty limited. So I'm willing to bet the immaculate's going for, at or around the same price as that Prism Silver. So if you have a guy, if you like somebody, look at their immaculate. They're really, really good deals for low end players. John Collins is a good example of that. If you invest in somebody like Kevin Herter, then I'm pretty sure his immaculate is cheaper than his Prism PSA 10 Silver. And that's just because these are cards for collectors. A lot of investors aren't attacking these yet. A lot of investors aren't buying these cards yet. They're still going for 13,000. So imagine when we kind of get more educated, when we kind of turn over, these are going to be the future plays. And it's really smart for us to focus on them now. I don't know if buying immaculates now are going to make you money in 6 months, but if you're in it for the long haul, then that's definitely a play. In other news, I wanted to talk about this Pokemon card. I've almost bought into the hype. I bid it on a Pokemon card the other day. I think it was like a newer version. It was a BGS 10. I ended up selling for like $400. It was a Charizard, and it was like one of the promo cards. Look, I've been looking at Pokemon for months, and I just not bought into the hype just because I'm not somebody who tends to buy into the hype. I'm not a person who just like buys just to buy. I don't know much about this market. I don't understand why the shadow list goes for more than the first edition. Because if I was like, I would think the first edition would be worth more. But you know, anyway, this is not really about Pokemon. I'm not going to start reporting on Pokemon, but I wanted to point out that this Charizard went for $20,000. I mean, we're talking about a PSA 9 Charizard, $20,000. That's insane, right? That's an insane amount of money. And what it really shows me is that if a card's rare, if it's sought after, the PSA 9 has potential. Like, a lot of us are sleeping on PSA 9s in the basketball card world. We don't care about them. They have potential. There's so many cards that we could be looking at that are PSA 9 that do well. So definitely, look into that. If you got a guy and you just really buy into him, and he has the PSA 10 is just way out of your reach, don't be afraid to grab that PSA 9. There's a lot of you guys who like Kevin Durant right now. You're hyping Kevin Durant up, and you're not buying the PSA 9s. You're like, oh, PSA 10, but it's too expensive. Don't be afraid, guys. Those cards go up just as much, sometimes a little bit more. I bet if we charted some popular PSA 9s compared to some PSA 10s, we'd see that the PSA 9 has done just as well. So I want to talk about like future cards and LeBron, and I kind of mentioned it with like Luca, but we're entering a generation where like cards are being made at this level of production and still selling for this much money. That's a first time thing. We're also entering a generation where players having multiple rookie cards is kind of new. 96, 97, kind of Kobe, Shaq, or whatever, that era of the 90s is like really the first time we started to see multiple cards from players. And when you think about Charizard, he only has one card. Yeah, he has a few different parallels or variations, but like there's just one 1999 Pokemon Charizard. There's not like the Pokemon EX or the Pokemon whatever. Those are all later years. Those aren't first year cards. And within sports cards, we just don't have that anymore. So we everybody has 10, 12, 50, 60 rookie cards, and that's fairly new. So a lot of us are buying Prizm Silver. We're sticking to that, but it's really up to us to define, how this market is going to look at these cards. If you look at 2003, 2004, we'll see like the highest cards are obviously LeBron's, exquisite, and then we got his ultimate collection, and then we have his SP authentic. Those are the cards that are sought after. They're all serial numbered. They're all extremely rare. The Topps Chrome Refractor PSA 10 is dope, but it's really like those SP authentics and those ultimate collections that you want and that you never see. LeBron's auto is something that you never see. So I think looking at the history, that's going to be the play. And same thing with Kobe. Kobe's a first generation player because like he's the only player that's an all time great that that has just like a regular rookie card. LeBron has autos and auto patches, and then with Kobe, we just got regular cards. So this is really some first generation stuff between regular cards, regular rookie cards, regular parallels, auto rookies, auto parallels, and the market hasn't decided on what it wants or what it's going to do. So as early investors, like we're new to this. This is not like some super mature, hobby or market that we're in. It's fairly new, and we're currently writing the rules. And I'm interested to see what you guys think is going to happen. Like, what cards do you think are going to, last 20 years from now or 30 years from now? Obviously, the Immaculate's a play. Obviously, National Treasures is a play. But do you think Select Courtside is going to, outperform Prizm? I mean, there's a lot of variations and things that play here, and a lot of the market doesn't make sense. I'll talk about that later tomorrow, but a lot of the market doesn't make sense, and we need to quickly make sense of it because it's all over the place between cards and sets, and 13,000 for this Luka, but 2,000 for this Tatum. Like that doesn't make sense. So yeah. Anyway, going back to the Charizard. Obviously this is the only card that he has, and it makes you think about like Michael Jordan. This is the only rookie card that he has, or this is the only card that we consider a rookie card. And, right now, they're down, or actually they're up in price. The last one went for $21,000. So he's right on par with Charizard. I would like to see a chart comparison between Michael Jordan and Charizard. But again, this is another example that PSA 9s are a huge play. Michael Jordan's pops obviously a lot higher. So, don't be afraid to buy a PSA 9 of that guy. And don't be afraid to just look at the market. Understand that this may never happen again because we no longer have players that just have one solid rookie card. This money has to be spread out amongst thousands of cards now. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. Do you think that the Topps Chrome of LeBron or Kobe or whoever is going to be like the staple card? Like, is that going to be the card that we look at, the card that we talk about? Or do you think it's going to be those exquisite collections and those ultimate collections, or, the impeccables or the immaculates? When we talk about LeBron's $1.8 million card, we're not talking about his Topps Chrome. We're talking about his exquisite. So don't be afraid to look at these kind of cards and invest in them in long term, because they might outperform that Prizm by a wide margin. I mean, LeBron's Topps Chrome Refractor PSA 10 is like a $60,000 card, but it's exquisite to $1.8 million. And if LeBron had an ultimate collection rookie auto patch, it'd probably be a couple $100,000. So yeah, I'm buying these of Trae Young right now. That's a guy that I'm high on. I might pick up a Jason Tatum too. Luka's a little bit out of my price range in terms of value and what I think Luka's worth. But yeah, man, Immaculate might be a play, especially with National Treasures being so overbought. But that's it for this episode, guys. Let me know what you thought. Hopefully, this helped you. Don't forget to check out, the Patreon. We didn't bring that up, so I won't bring it up, but don't forget to check it out. The $8 tier is sold out. We're moving on to round 2. It's $12 to sign up. You get access to so many great things. I talk about it every episode, so you guys know. Links are in the description, in the show notes. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Happy investor.